Hello, my name is Dr. Laura Wood Castillo, and today we will be continuing our review of the Georgia MPJE. Question 1. Which of the following statements is true regarding the composition and appointment of the Georgia State Board of Pharmacy? Please pause the video, consider the answer choices, and continue once you've selected an answer. The correct answer is D. A is incorrect, as each of the 7 pharmacist members must be a resident of Georgia for at least 6 months before appointment. B is incorrect, as the consumer member must not have any connection to the pharmaceutical industry. C is incorrect, as the board consists of 8 total members, each serving a 5-year term. D is correct. All board members are appointed by the governor and confirmed by the Senate. The Georgia Board of Pharmacy is comprised of 8 members, 7 pharmacists, and 1 non-pharmacist consumer member. Terms are 5 years long, and members are appointed by the governor and confirmed by the state. Here on this slide, I have listed some of the requirements for both the pharmacists and the non-pharmacist consumer member. Vacancies are handled by nomination. 3 licensed pharmacists will be nominated at the annual Georgia Pharmacy Association meeting to fill any vacancies. The decision to remove any board members is made by the governor. It is carried out anytime anyone has missed 3 consecutive monthly board meetings. Question 2. Which of the following can the Georgia Board of Pharmacy control and regulate? Please pause the video, consider the answer choices, and continue once you've selected an answer. The Board of Pharmacy may control and regulate the following: licensure, license transfer, and license renewal of pharmacies and pharmacy personnel. Cancel, revoke, or restrict any issued licenses or permits. Implement professional standards and authorize suspensions for any violations. Approve College of Pharmacy degree programs. Create background check requirements, which some applicants may have to submit a mental or physical exam. Seize harmful drugs and devices. Establish requirements for facilities, equipment, personnel, storage, compounding, and dispensing. Provide standards for the purity of drugs and devices. Licensure of remote automated medication systems, as well as creating safety and efficacy standards. Licensure of manufacturers and distributors of drugs and devices. Licensure, license renewal, and license suspension of durable medical equipment suppliers. Inspection of licensed individuals and potential violations. Restricts the inspection of records and entry to licensed areas. Approve certificates for specialty pharmacy practice. Require licensees to report changes in personal and business addresses within 10 days. Authorize the GDNA to perform inspections. Issue cease orders to stop unlicensed or licensed individuals and create penalties for violations. Refer cases appropriate for criminal prosecution. Release applicant files for enforcement agency. And establish all fees. Question 3. Continuing education credits are a requirement for license renewal for pharmacists. How many hours are necessary for renewal? Please pause the video, consider the answer choices, and continue once you've selected an answer. The correct answer is E, none of the above. At least 30 hours are required every 2 years. The purpose of continuing education credits, or CE credits, is for pharmacists to maintain and enhance professional competency. A pharmacist license may not be renewed until proof of CE hours is shown. At least 30 hours is required every 2 years. They consist of board-approved educational training programs relevant to the practice of pharmacy. Acceptable CE programs include institutes, seminars, lectures, conferences, workshops, and electronic courses approved by the ACPE. Pharmacists who are licensed within the first 6 months of the biennium are required to submit all 30 hours. Pharmacists licensed during the next 12 months of the biennium are required to submit 15 credits. Pharmacists licensed during the last 6 months of the biennium are exempt from submitting CE hours for that biennium. CE hours are not transferable from one biennium to another. CE certificates may be audited or verified by the GDNA representatives. A pharmacist shall maintain their certificates for 2 years. Question 4. Which of the following statements are true regarding pharmacy interns in the state of Georgia? Please pause the video, consider the answer choices, and continue once you've selected an answer. The correct answer is D. 3 is incorrect, as it is the responsibility of the school, not the intern, to submit the summaries of each course and experience to the board annually. License requirements for pharmacy interns are as follows. They must submit an application, attain the age of majority, which is over 18, possess good moral character, and pay any required fees. Eligibility requirements for pharmacy intern license include 1. A student enrolled in a school or college of pharmacy approved by the ACPE. 2. A graduate from a school or college of pharmacy who is earning practical experience. Or 3. A graduate from a school or college of pharmacy outside of the U.S. and does not meet the qualifications of either 1 or 2. An individual who has graduated from a program outside of the U.S. must also complete a foreign pharmacy equivalency certification program, all required examinations, and an English proficiency evaluation. Intern license is valid for 5 years, unless the intern becomes expelled, suspended, or dismissed from the school or college of pharmacy, if they've become a licensed pharmacist, or they've failed the board examinations 3 times. It is the responsibility of the school to annually submit to the board a summary of each course and experience, along with the number of credit hours that internship consists of. The school must also submit a list of preceptors involved in each internship offered. Additional intern credit hours may be given to those who are involved in research and/or industrial work, are involved in the armed services, have demonstrated the completion of additional intern hours that exceed the minimum internship requirement. Question 5. Which of the following statements is true regarding who can accept prescriptions at the pharmacy in Georgia? Please pause the video, consider the answer choices, and continue once you've selected an answer. The correct answer is C. A is incorrect, as both pharmacists and pharmacy interns or externs can accept written, oral, or electronic prescription drug orders. B is incorrect, as pharmacy technicians are not mentioned as being authorized to accept oral prescriptions. C is correct. A pharmacist or pharmacy intern or extern may accept a written, oral, or electronic prescription drug order. D is incorrect, as all drug orders must contain the prescriber's signature, including electronic drug prescriptions. Question 6. Which of the following statements are true regarding the substitution of products by pharmacists in Georgia? Select all that apply. Please pause the video, consider the answer choices, and continue once you've selected an answer. The correct answers are A, B, D, and E. A is true. Pharmacists are required to dispense the lowest retail priced product that is in stock and is pharmaceutically equivalent to the one that is prescribed. B is also true. Pharmacists must record the name of both the substituted generic drug or biological product and the manufacturer on the prescription. C is incorrect. The words brand necessary must be handwritten, not stamped or printed, to instruct pharmacists not to substitute a generic for the brand name drug. D is true. Pharmacists must communicate the name and the manufacturer of a dispensed biological product to the prescriber within 2 days, excluding weekends and holidays. E is true. Pharmacists may substitute a drug when the generic name is the same strength, quantity, dose, and dosage form as the brand name and the two products are pharmaceutically equivalent. When generics are prescribed, it is the pharmacist's responsibility to dispense the lowest retail priced option that is in stock and is pharmaceutically equivalent. The pharmacist must record on the prescription that a substitution was made. The pharmacist must record the name of the generic or biological product, that replace the original product on the prescription, plus the manufacturer of the generic product. The prescription label must include the brand and generic name with an explanation that follows the format: generic for brand name, for any brand to generic substitution, or the interchangeable biological product name with an explanation that follows the format: interchangeable biological product for brand biological product. The additional labeling requirements for both cases is not necessary if the prescriber indicates that the name of the drug or biological product does not have to appear on the label. Additionally, both do not apply to hospital services or medication in specialty packaging. Question 7. Which of the following statements are false regarding pharmacist duties and supervision of pharmacy technicians in Georgia? Select all that apply. Please pause the video, consider the answer choices, and continue once you've selected an answer. The correct answer here is D. A is false. Only a pharmacist may perform the duties that require professional judgment related to this dispensing of drugs. B is false. Only a pharmacist or pharmacy intern or extern under the direct supervision of a pharmacist may accept telephone prescriptions and provide counseling to patients. C is false. The pharmacist to pharmacy technician ratio may not exceed one pharmacist supervising 4 pharmacy technicians. Only a pharmacist may perform the duties that require professional judgment related to the dispensing of drugs. When pharmacy technicians are involved in the dispensing or delivery of medications to a patient, the pharmacist is responsible for the duties performed by the pharmacy technician. The pharmacist must verify that the information entered in the system, as well as the prescription labels created, are accurate. The pharmacist must always supervise the pharmacy technicians. Pharmacy technicians located in the dispensing area must always be visible to the pharmacist. The pharmacist to pharmacy technician ratio may not exceed one pharmacist supervising 4 pharmacy technicians, or 1:4. Supervising criteria is as follows: 1 or 2 technicians directly supervised by 1 pharmacist, no certification is required. 3 technicians directly supervised by 1 pharmacist, at least 1 technician must be certified. Valid technician certification criteria are stated below. They must have successfully passed a certification program approved by the board. They must have successfully passed an employer training and assessment program approved by the board, or they must be certified by the Pharmacy Technician Certification Board. In addition to the 1:4 ratio, a pharmacist may be assisted by and directly supervise at the same time 1 pharmacy intern, 1 pharmacy extern, and 1 pharmacy observer. The pharmacist in charge, or the PIC, is responsible for providing updated information to the board regarding the employment of registered pharmacy technicians, and any changes in employment must be reported within 10 days of the change. Reporting the termination of technicians for any criminal occupational related activities, such as adulteration, abuse, theft, or diversion, and assuring all technicians employed are registered with the board. Only a pharmacist or a pharmacy intern or extern under the direct supervision of a pharmacist may accept telephone prescriptions and provide counseling to patients. A pharmacist may supervise 1 intern and 1 extern, as mentioned previously. Question 8. Which of the following are required equipment for a retail pharmacy? Please pause the video, consider the answer choices, and continue once you have selected an answer. The correct answer is E, all of the above. Required equipment for a retail pharmacy includes a refrigerator with a thermometer, a sink with both warm and cold running water, a Class A balance, or a Class 1 or Class 2 electronic balance, an assortment of weights, prescription labels, auxiliary labels, graduated cylinders of assorted sizes, 2 mortars and pestles of assorted sizes, 2 spatulas, 1 pill counting tray, 1 ointment slab, tile, or ointment paper pad, a word processor or computer with label printer, and any equipment necessary for specialized practice. The minimum floor space of a retail pharmacy is 150 square feet. A pharmacy must include the following: copies of and/or electronic access to pharmacy practice reference materials, with topics including drug interactions, patient counseling, compounding, calculations, and generic substitutions, the Poison Control Center telephone number, copies of and/or electronic access to the Georgia Pharmacy Practice Act, the Georgia Controlled Substances Act and Dangerous Drug Act, official rules of the Georgia State Board of Pharmacy, and this is in addition to the required equipment which was mentioned previously. This concludes part 2 of the Georgia MPJE review. See you in the next one.